Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Maya.
It's good to see y'all. The beautiful Katie Christ is going to be leading this song.
First and last name. Okay.
Yes. All right. Let's rock. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Just grows and grows 24 hours, 7 days a week. 'Cause we think about so much and do nothing at all. Afraid that what we have to give is so small. You don't have to save the world. All that hero talk is only superficial stuff. If you want to change the world,
I don't always expect this, but this next song I do expect you to sing. It's very simple. It's lovely, and you are lovely. So, please. 1, 2, 3, 4. it. You've heard it once. You have no excuse. There is so much magnificence near the ocean. Waves are coming in. Waves are coming in. There is so much magnificence near the ocean. Waves are coming in. Waves are coming in. Okay, we have made it to the advanced part of this song, which is we're going to sing it in a round. So if you're on this side, you're going to sing with me. If you are on that side, you're going to sing with Katie and Bjorn. Okay? It's going to sound really nice together. So get ready to cry because it's so beautiful. Here we go. There is so much magnificence. I can't hear you in the ocean. Waves are coming in. Waves are coming in.
There is so much magnificence near the ocean. Waves are coming in. Waves are coming in.
Sounds beautiful.
Hallelujah.
There is so much magnificence near the ocean. Waves are coming in. Waves are coming in.
There is so much magnificence near the ocean. Waves are coming in. Waves are coming in.
Together. One more time. Nice job. Okay, hold on to that feeling. Put your hand right on your heart. And just take a second to hold yourself a little bit. And just be here in community with all these other wonderful people. You can keep your hand right there as we sing this next song. It's not called Live Christ, it's called Live Christ. And I want you to imagine the Christ that Ian talked about the other day, which is the organizer Jesus, the Jesus that sent people out to go fight the power, but also to love each other and love each other in a big way. Love that's angry, love that's caring, love that shows up over and over again, love that's hard. And that's what we're doing right now. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Live Christ, love Christ, share Christ, be Christ. All these things do today. All these things along your way.
Live peace,
Love peace, share peace, be peace. All these things do today. All these things along your way. Live hope, love hope, share hope, be hope. All these things do today. All these things along your way. Live love, 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 share love, be love. All these things do today. All these things along your way. All these things do today. All these things along your way. Live Christ, love Christ, share Christ, be Christ. Do you want to use my microphone?
Good morning. Hi. It's a pretty powerful feeling to stand here, I'm not going to lie. My name's Casey. I'm grateful to be here welcoming you today. To everyone on our live streams and everyone who's here, thank you for coming and welcome. We have if you didn't get your Sunday paper, it's over there. We have bathrooms down the hall, a ton of helpful people who will help you find anything that you need here. So we're in a I want to just jump right in, but I don't know how else to do it. I wasn't quite sure how to welcome everyone today, really. We're in a time of great fear and uncertainty. Melissa reminded me this morning that in these times, ritual becomes even more important, those grounding rituals that give us comfort and peace. And that reminded me of a quote from my favorite book, Elegance of the Hedgehog. So I'm just going to read like a little bit of that because I really like it. In it, she talks about the tea ritual. It's a great book. I really love it. But anyway, she talks about tea becoming ritual, and I'm just going to read a couple sentences. She said, "When tea becomes ritual, it takes its place at the heart of our ability to see greatness in small things. Yes, the world may aspire to vacuousness, lost souls mourn beauty, and insignificance surrounds us. Then let us drink a cup of tea. Silence descends, one hears the wind outside, autumn leaves rustle and take flight, the cat sleeps in a warm pool of light, and with each swallow, time is sublimed." So we have tea here, we have coffee, we have popcorn, and we have each other. So we can use this time to be good for each other and to find comfort in these things that give us peace. So we can't really talk about all of that without also talking about what we as a community are doing for action. So in your Sunday paper, we have a lot of information, things that are coming up next, things that we're working on, but also ways that we're helping each other. So the Community in Action section has a QR code. It also has a link where you can go to see the things that we're supporting and the things that we're doing. One of those things that's coming up is our chili cook-off. It's an annual event where we come together, have some chili, enjoy company, raise money, and then give that money to an organization that is doing good in our community. So that's coming up March 1st. In the connection card, where you can also write about prayer requests or things that you might need or things you're taking comfort in. If you want to participate in that, we need a lot of volunteers. The chili cook-off needs things like our great cooks, which we have so many in our community. But we also need help with, marketing materials. How do we bring people in? What organizations should we give to? Who can help with logistical support, stuff like that. We take any and all talents because we need them all to put on an event like that. So if you would like to help or volunteer, please list out where you would like to be. Yes, Luke? Luke is going to help that day, and he's going to be our chef support that day of. He's going to help keep spirits up. He's great at that, I will say. He brings joy to any room he is in. So also with that, we have our kids. We can dismiss our kids. They're with Heidi. They're doing something super fun and exciting. And then we have little kids in the nest. They're over by the library. And for everybody else, feel free to get a cup of tea, get some coffee, and let's talk about the things that you're finding peace and comfort in right now.
Oh, and they can hear me? Thank you for your post.
I don't remember. We didn't catch it. If she did.
Okay. Hey, live stream. Melissa here. Okay. I'm looking at where I should stand in the light. Oh man, standing in the light of connection this morning when we need it most. Maybe you have a candle lit where you are. We really need those candles lit right now. The ones inside us, the ones that we have around us, and the ones we can be. So thanks for connecting with Fabric this morning from wherever you are, and thanks for your love for Minnesota. We were talking about things we love about Minnesota this morning with all the people that came early to set this space up and set the space that you're on up. Thank you, team back there. And we were chatting about things we love about Minnesota. So whether you're not here or here, that'd be fun to add to the chat or put on your connection card, which is available at fabricmpls.com under contact. And just share where you're listening from, how you are today, how are you taking care of yourself and other people, and something you love about Minnesota. I talked to my I talked to a friend this morning who said, I love how one day is cold and then it's warm, and then it's cold and then it's warm. And that was fun to think about. I prefer just snow. Just come on through. This is what we do here. We're casual. So yeah, permission. You get to move around and wear whatever the hell you want when you watch this. But we're here too, being casual and connected and human together. So thanks for doing that with us again, and we'll look forward to connecting more, maybe even in person sometime. I'm Melissa, and we're here, and we're thankful for you, and we love you. Bye.
Good morning, everybody. As we march forward this morning, just to reiterate, open invitation to do what you need for your body, and if that means getting popcorn or coffee or tea or water or getting up and wiggling, I've been doing a lot of that, just like, ugh. Please do. Do what you need for you. I'm just going to admit, we've had to shift sort of the plan, not just here at Field for Sunday mornings, but like we collectively have had to shift a lot recently. And so I just want to name that it feels like we're in this weird space where I don't always even know what to say other than to say, I'm mad and I'm sad. And sometimes I feel hopeful and I love you. So that's all I'm going to say. See ya. I mean, what else do we do? I mean, this moment that we're in, what happened on Friday was an incredible, beautiful show of solidarity of Minnesotans coming together, wasn't it? That was incredible. Can we celebrate that? Just in isolation, yes. I got home that night. We were hosting some out-of-town clergy who were here to see what was happening and be on the ground, as it were, and take stories from Minneapolis back to where they are. We were hosting at our house, and I got back and that night on Friday, and I said, I think tomorrow could be pretty brutal. And so it was, right? Alex Preddy was killed by ICE right up there at Glamdal. And the killing itself, like that brutality, that violence, that intentional brutality and violence, is horrific on its own. And almost as horrifying to me is the way that story gets used, that lies get woven into reality. Story is manipulated to serve a narrative that was decided beforehand. That's just almost as hard to swallow as the loss of life itself. The way that story was woven to discredit him and to discredit Alex and his value and his dignity and his personhood. That's terrible. And so I've been thinking a lot about stories. I think what's happening right now is there's like a little bit of a battle of narrative happening. Depends on, what you believe about what's happening has a lot to do with who you're listening to, what you're listening to. Stories, I think, are just matter profoundly for us. And the power of story is on full display and has been on full display across the last few weeks, across the last few months, across how many years has America been around? Huh? 249. Let's see if we can get to 250. Hearing stories told about people is a different thing than hearing stories being told by people about themselves or being able to share our own stories. I think fundamentally storytelling is how humans communicate. It's how we understand ourselves and our place in the grand scheme of things. It's how we understand our relationships with to ourselves, to others, to God, that which is so much bigger than we can imagine. There's this legendary journalist, she's kind of part of that new journalist movement with Hunter S. Thompson, Joan Didion, who said that we tell ourselves stories in order to live. And I think that's true. Yesterday, we had a workshop at the Center of Belonging, where Fabric's office is, and it was on money. Many of you were there, and we learned together about Alex Preddy being killed. And I was so grateful that Melissa had us circle up at the end, and she pulled up these ancient words from Isaiah, the prophet, Isaiah 43. And I want to bring you into it too, if you weren't there yesterday, and read these words for you. Because across thousands of years now, people have used these words in moments like this, where we're feeling afraid and targeted and oppressed, where we don't maybe recognize the world that we're in. And so I want to read these words to you, and let them do something to you. But what I hope happens is what happened for me, is that I felt connected not just to the people around me, but I felt connected across time to people who have struggled, and people who have endured, and people who have, when it was hard and then it got harder, took the next step. and survived and worked to create the world that we would want to see instead of the world that we're given. So here's what it says from Isaiah 43. But now this is what Yahweh says, God says, the Lord. They who created you, Jacob, who formed you, Israel, this is what Yahweh says to you. Do not fear, for I have saved you, liberated you, redeemed you. Do not fear. I have summoned you by name, and you are mine. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze. For I am God, the Holy One, your liberator. In an era where words from this dangerous book are so often wielded and weaponized to make people complicit and quiet, I think it's okay to reclaim this liberation, this freedom, this solidarity with people way back then and way out into the future. How we show up together today, what we do to create the world that we want to see today, has an impact for the kids around us and the people that are not yet born. And so today we're going to start a new series called FabricTV Plus. On the surface, it might feel a little bit frivolous to talk about TV shows that we're watching. But I think that, like so many things, TV and movies and music and poetry and paintings and graffiti and any art form you can think of, they can become ways that we either numb or escape reality, but I think maybe there's also a place to claim delight. Just to have fun, to enjoy ourselves, is how we have longevity. And also, art forms like music and poetry and movies and TV and songwriting are one way that we both tell stories and understand our own. Our narratives are reflected and informed by this form of storytelling, as art imitates life and life imitates art. And so maybe it feels frivolous, and also, like Casey said, it's good just to be together and to have some ritual around gathering and being in each other's presence and looking at each other's eyes and giving each other actual hugs, right? That matters for us as social critters. Yeah. I do wish that as we've been thinking about, I've been thinking about TV and what shows are we going to watch clips from to kind of understand ourselves and the moment we're in and all that. The stark reality is that TV shows usually have writers. Even reality TV shows have writers and scripts. I wish that we had a writing team for us, for our lives, for the moment we're in. There's that storytelling arc of you set the scene and then you create drama, conflict, tension, and then you resolve it, and the good guy wins, right? Justice prevails. I think that story arc works for us, for our brains, because I think it actually reflects real life too. I think that the arc of the, what is it, the moral arc of the universe does bend towards justice. And I think that we bend it towards justice in how we tell stories, in how we shape narratives. I think that happens. So in this moment, it makes sense for me, at least, to create and hold space for a little bit of fun and have good popcorn. Give a hand to Mike and Jim over here. They've been cranking popcorn out like it's their job today. Thank you. And also, I want us to be able to use shows to tap into who we are, what is our story, what's our role, what are we going to do? Make it kind of we're going to use TV as an entry point into deeper conversation about the moment that we're in. All right? So, across the past few weeks, we're going to get into our first show of this series in just a little bit. But first, I just want to say, across the past few weeks, I've been lucky enough to gather with a bunch of clergy to kind of figure out how can we make demands in this moment together in a united way. And I've heard from Minister Janae Bates, who's an incredible organizer. There she is. She does incredible work. And across the last few months, really, have benefited from being in her presence and hearing her talk. But we've been meeting to coordinate some direct actions, like this past Friday at the airport. And as we were talking about the sort of overwhelming sense of horror about what's happening in our community and the violence, and the feeling of, we had like 220 clergy in this room together. We were talking about this feeling of not being enough or doing enough, and kind of our shared desire as pastors and imams and rabbis and Unitarian Universalist ministers and all that, to speak into the moment with moral clarity and moral authority and walk alongside communities of people that are doing life together and choosing to do life together. She reminded us of this, that in order to be free, like we think of ourselves as we want to be free, and we don't feel it right now. There's some tension there. In order to be free, we need to act free. And there is incredible power in just making the decision to act free and to have some frivolous fun and to go to the basketball game or go to the concert or read the book and turn your phone off for a little bit, right? No shame in that. We need to participate in all of life, in all of what life is. And we need to tell our stories and listen to others tell theirs. And we need to weave our stories together. This last Monday was the day when we honor and remember Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who said, "Somewhere I read of the freedom of assembly. Somewhere I read of the freedom of speech. Somewhere I read of the freedom of the press. Somewhere I read that the greatness of America is the right to protest for rights." So in order to do that, we need these ever important third spaces, right? We need even third spaces like church communities, like Fabric, where we can express lament and anger and hold it together and say, it's okay. It's actually good to feel these feelings that we're having and hold it together gently and tenderly. And to consistently show up with and for one another, and in so doing, gather the courage to go back out in the world. Like for me, to fully and freely be all of who I am, I need to be here with you, right? To act free, I need community. And Fabric gets to exist to do that for one another. So thanks for being here. In order to show up out there, to craft the world that I would want to see, and to maybe even laugh and sing in the face of evil, I need space like this. Maybe you do too. So that being said, we're going to tap into some of our shared story through TV, and then even have a few moments to share something of your own story this morning together. And today, we're gonna explore Stranger Things. Does anybody watch Stranger Things? Yeah? Okay. I have not watched more than one episode, so I called in a pro. So I'm going to welcome up Fabric's own Jesse Berg to come on up to talk with me about Stranger Things. Ooh. Hi, Jesse.
Good morning.
Hi.
How are you?
That's
a little loaded question,
I was going to
so
say,
we'll-
in chaos-adjusted terms, I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Me too. Good
Yeah.
to be here with you.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah.
So I have not watched Stranger Things. I should say, I watched the first episode. One of my favorite shows is Freaks and Geeks. Have anybody watched that? Freaks and Geeks is sweet. Like, I love throwback shows that are like mind candy. So I put on the first episode and was terrified. I was like, this is not what I signed up for. And I turned it off because I was just like too scared.
Yeah.
So would you just, for my sake, and maybe anybody else who hasn't watched it,
Yeah.
will you kind of like give us the pitch for Stranger Things? Like, what's Stranger Things?
Okay. First off, I have to say it's a little surreal to be here in my church on a Sunday morning talking about this show. It just is not, it is a curveball I would have never seen coming. So, so Stranger Things, I'm sure some of you have seen it. I actually had to like Google how to explain the synopsis of it because it's just kind of bizarre in many ways.
Yeah.
And how it starts is it says that it's a sci-fi horror series, which is interesting because other than Star Wars, I am not a sci-fi fan and I'm not a horror fan. This is a genre I don't get into. But we're always looking for shows to watch with our kiddos. And Turner got to an age where, like, after it had been going for a while, he was probably 11 at the time, which maybe is too young to watch it. I don't know. But it was like, he's the third kid. So it was like, we're going to sit down and we're going to watch this show together. And it was just like, got us hooked right away. It was one of those shows where like every episode you're like, should we watch one more?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, right.
You got to watch one more. So
Yeah,
it's
Jesse, it's 4 a.m. We got.
And so what it's basically about is this group of kids in this small town in the 80s, and just very short summary, one of the children goes missing. This girl with, I think they call it psychokinetic power, basically she has the force, comes out of the woods, and then there's like government doing experiment on people with these psychokinetic powers. They're trying to find their friend who's missing, and you find out he's in like a parallel universe, and there's these like monsters that come. But personally, what I also really love is it's a group of kids saving the day. And I just love a show where kids are the heroes and they're fighting the battles and they're the winners in the end. So,
Oh, I love that.
yeah, so that's basically the summary.
Sweet. Okay, so I pulled a clip because you were talking about, as we were talking about this,
Yeah.
you were saying it takes place in the 80s and whatever. So I looked up,
Yeah.
what did I look up? Stranger Things, 80s, whatever, and I found this delightful clip. So let's play a little clip to kind of get grounded, get the vibe, but not the horror vibe.
Yeah, we're going to bypass that.
We're going to bypass that because, again, I am afraid of cats. Yeah, okay, let's watch it.
Excuse me, sir. How much for this little teddy bear right here? 300. 300. I should have shoved that little teddy bear right up his. Hey, Mike.
That's it, girls. Okay, here we go. Wardrobe change, please. Wardrobe change. Thank you. Shake it. Shake it out for me. Sweet.
See? What I tell you? There's more to life than stupid clothes.
Can we please play D&D now?
No.
See that old Burger King logo? That's so fun.
Old school.
I love it. I was born in this era, but I
Yeah.
have like very no memory of it.
Yeah.
But my aunt was the manager of the Orange Julius at Knollwood Mall. So that was fun to see that. That was great. Yeah.
You're really lucky. That's
Yeah.
a good connection.
Yeah. So much good fresh fruit. That was great. Fresh. Really. Okay, Jesse, what were you like in the 80s?
But so when we were talking about this, like the question was, how do you connect to someone on the show? And I
Yeah.
was like, okay, I really wish it was 11 and I could tell you I could like move things with my brain, but
Yeah.
that's not it. But actually what I love about the show is that these kids are growing up in the 80s, and that's what I can identify with it. The big hair, the loud clothes, the bright colors, and just all of that just brings me back to my childhood. No cell phones, you're on your bike, you're just out having fun going to the mall. And so I think when I look at the show, like there's just a lot of fond memories. I can remember going to the mall as well. And so that's what I really enjoy about the show as well. So
It is weird seeing clips of like a mall that's full of people.
yeah. Yes.
It's been decades. Yeah,
Yes.
that's wild. Yeah.
And I did have big hair like that. I probably wore blue eyeshadow at some point. Like, you know, all of those things you're supposed to do. And
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
I think I had shoulder pads, like, you know, I mean, all those things.
George.
So-
yeah, we gotta get pictures.
But it's just fun memories.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. So, so this show, did it consistently sort of bring you back into that time period?
Yeah. I mean, I can just remember being a kid, and I think we'll show another clip. I don't want to jump ahead, but
we could probably let's do the second clip now, and then we'll
Yeah,
talk about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this one, so I don't know what this is.
Okay, remember, if anyone sees us, look sad.
Attention students, there will be an assembly to honor Will Byers in the gymnasium now. Do not accept your hand.
It's locked. What? Hey, do you think you can open it with your powers?
Boys?
Awesome. Okay,
So-
there's something about that
Yeah.
one.
So when I like think of this show, I grew up in a small town. There was like literally one stoplight in my town when I was probably in elementary school. These kids are in a very small town, and that scene of them like biking is like what my childhood was. Like I can remember being on my bike with my friends, and we were just gone during the day. That was an age when I think parents were way less helicopter-y, if that's a word. We didn't have cell phones. We literally just took off, and you just had to be home by dinner. And they weren't tracking you. And so there's just a lot of fond memories of being on a bike and just being free and being curious and just having fun with friends, and the joy that comes with that. And for me personally, it was a very safe feeling. It was a very enjoyable time. I look back at it very fondly, and a lot of great memories, and I'm very grateful for that. And so I think just that carefree time in life, it's something that I wanted my kids to have too. And I wish they didn't have cell phones, but they do. And so how can I give them some of that just disconnected joy in a peaceful place? So,
Yeah.
Not that it was really peaceful there, but we're not going to get into that.
What are the monsters and
Yeah.
whatever? Yeah.
So there's a lot of nostalgia around it.
Yeah, and that word nostalgia is what really drew me to talking with you more about Stranger Things. Like a lot of times when we do this, we look at like plot or character as the entry point. But I think for the sake of this conversation, especially in the moment we're in, like nostalgia seems like kind of a character in our own stories. Like I definitely, maybe you too, are feeling a little bit wistful or nostalgic for a former, simpler time, like 3 months ago, or 20, 30 years ago, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm curious about, so nostalgia, just to get us on board, is that sentimental longing or wistful affection for the past, typically for a period or place with happy personal associations.
That's the 80s for me.
That's the 80s. Yeah. I have been lately. I'm too young to like have a lot of memories of the 80s, but I have been fully in my like revisiting my alt rock, grunge 90s music era.
There's some comfort.
Oh yeah,
in that.
Yeah, like angsty, angry rock. Yeah, it's great.
Well, and I think we like to look back. I mean, I should say for me personally, having had a childhood that was generally loving and safe and wonderful, like I tend to look back at that as a very safe and secure place.
Yeah.
And so I can hold on to that. And I'm really thankful because at the time, of course, I was blind to everything else, but I look back and realize not everyone experiences that. But people have different things that they can look back at that they can hold on to, and that just happens to be one for me. So.
Yeah, and that idea of nostalgia, of that kind of wistful memory, it for me at least, it kind of helps me to go back in time and hold my own story, my own self with some kind of tenderness and compassion, right? But then also, so I think that's kind of the gift of nostalgia. Like it helps us to remember a little bit of who we are outside of the present moment that we're in. But I think then there's, like, that's the gift of nostalgia, but there's potential downside or the ruts that we can get stuck in of nostalgia. Like we can get stuck in the past, right? Like we're watching what happens when sort of unchecked nostalgia tries to recreate a past that never really existed, right?
Yeah.
Like we're actively watching that.
We are. Or I think people can just get stuck in the past that they aren't even here. Like, you know, and just focusing on all of those things that were great and it was wonderful, and which is a little with blinders. People have blinders.
Yeah.
And can just get stuck there that they don't even, it's kind of disconnect from the now.
Yeah.
Which, I can look back and say it was great, but I'm here now. That's what I need to check at.
Right.
So.
We can go back there, but we have to come back to where we are. Yeah, definitely. Well, I want to thank you, Jesse, because this is kind of a helpful entry into like how do we remember our own stories and hold them tenderly, and kind of want to create forward something of what was the value of that time or that place. For you, the 80s, and it brings up the memory of the neighbors all biking together and feeling safe and together and getting home hopefully in time for dinner, right?
Yeah.
I want to turn it out to you now. I want to give us the opportunity to explore this idea a little bit. So I'm going to invite you to get in either, probably pairs. We don't have a lot of time. So like one or two people around you, a little group, maybe 3 people. To tell each other and listen to each other about a community or a person with whom you felt truly connected, known, and safe. As you think about your own history, just can be like a 45-second sharing if you want it to be very brief. But like, who's a person or a community with whom you felt really known and really connected and really safe? And why was that, do you think? All right? Let's go ahead and do that. Thanks, Jesse.
Thank you.
I'll just do like a 2-second.
Oh, right after this?
Yeah, right after this. Yeah. Let's go for another like 30 seconds here. Hi. All right. I just want to check in with your spirit, with your gut, with your body and your brain. What was that like to just spend some time sharing and listening to those stories? What's a word or two? Helpful. Exhale. Oh, comforting, connected, normalized. Front row is showing up today. Look at you. Yeah. How about the back? What was it like? Oh, apparently I can't hear the back, sorry. Exciting! Yeah. I think there is something, I've said this before and you'll hear me say it again. I think there is something sacred in the moments where we come together and we share vulnerably and honestly who we are, whose we are, who helps us feel safe. It gives us a broader imagination for how we together in this space with this particular group, but also in your neighborhoods, in your schools, in your places of work, how we might be able to show up and create that safety for people, even in moments that are chaotic, even and especially in moments where violence is being done, right? We have this power to share of who we are, to connect with others, to weave our stories with theirs, and like that kind of tapestry that we weave together in the coming together, in the storytelling, in the story sharing and the listening, that we actually are doing something divine. We are participating in something cosmic and big, all right? And with that, thank you for the vulnerability it takes to share, for letting your guard down, for breathing into that moment and into the coming moments. I'm going to hand it off to Maya. Thank you all. Thanks.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. I am here right now. I am here. I am here right now. I am here. I am whole. I can go. I can handle things I don't know. I am here. I always encourage people to look around you, make eye contact with the people around you on this verse. You are here right now. You are here. You are here right now. You are here.
We are here. We are whole. We can grow. We can handle things we don't know. We are here.
All right, now that we are all here, stand up for this last song. It's instructions on how to be deeply woven, a deeply woven life. And pass the communication cards in the little baskets. Do that too. There's some clapping, and if you don't know when to clap, you need to look towards somebody shorter than you, because they know when to clap. Okay? Oh, I gotta change my. Here we go. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. How to live a deep woven life. How to live with these feelings inside. How to live when life's getting you down. How to live in a way that makes you proud. Choose connection. Brave uncertainty. Think big and share warmth. Now add a little whimsy. How to live a deep woven life. How to live with these feelings inside. How to live when life's getting you down. How to live in a way that makes you proud. Choose connection. Brave uncertainty. Think big and share warmth. Now add a little whimsy. How to live a deep woven life. How to live with these feelings inside. How to live when life's getting you down. How to live in a way that makes you proud. Choose connection. Brave uncertainty. Think big and share warmth. Now add a little whimsy. All right, we've once again made it to the challenge part of the song, where this side you're on my team. We're gonna start off, and this side you're with Katie and Bjorn. We're gonna do it in a round. You got this. Ready and go. How to live a deep woven life. Clap, clap. How to live with these feelings inside. How to live when life's getting you down. How to live in a way that makes you proud.
How to live a deep woven life. How to live with these feelings inside. How to live when life's getting you down.
Now
How to live
add a little
way that makes you proud.
whimsy. How to live
Connection.
How to live with
uncertainty.
inside. How to live when life's getting you down.
Now
How to live in a way that makes you proud.
How to
Choose
live a deep woven life.
connection.
How to live
Brave
with these feelings
inside.
How to
Think
live
big
when
and
life's getting you
share
down.
warmth. Now
How to
add a
live in
little
a way that makes you proud.
Choose connection. Brave uncertainty.
Thank you, Maya and band. Big shout out. Maya wrote these songs, right? Hello, that's amazing. Okay, so kids should have something like this. I only ever really see these like cat sitters available, but you can tear one off and learn about what they were up to today. So kids, be ready to share about storytelling and what you learned. Middle schoolers, I heard something cool happen today. I'm excited to hear a little bit more about the seed projects in the coming weeks. Yeah, that's starting up. So you'll learn more about that. One last thing that I want you to be aware of is that at the end of this series, on February 22nd, Chris Tripolino's birthday, we're gonna have a Fabric Film Festival that you're invited to be the storytellers about. If you want to learn more about that, tomorrow night there's a Google Meet. It's on our website, on Fabric's website, fabricmpls.com. Join up. I'll be on it, and we can talk about how we can do this and team up to like create short films together. There may be prizes for the films. We'll find out. It's going to be great. I just want to say in this moment, before we go back out there, it is 15 below, and you're here. Well done. Yeah. I think it's a testament to our need for each other, for braving uncertainty, sharing warmth, thinking big, choosing connection, and add a little whimsy. We, for almost 20 years, have been doing this. So if you're somebody who is brand new, thanks for being here. If you're somebody who's been here for 19 plus years, thanks for being here. And if you're someone who's like coming back and going, there's some new phases here, but this is kind of fun, welcome back. It is so good to be together. It matters that we're here. So thank you for being Fabric, not just here on Sunday mornings, but out in the community. Wherever you go and however you show up, it matters. Give yourselves a round of applause. Have a wonderful day. See you next week.